Are you immigration control? She's not in.
A single wrong step in a federal operation can change everything in seconds. An ICE operation in a parking lot spirals when bystanders interfere, escalating tensions and triggering swift consequences.
She's not resisting. I'm not resisting. It is her legal constitution to do that. We are legally allowed to do that.
And here's how it all started. It wasn't some dark alley or back road. It was broad daylight in a busy Target parking lot. Shopping carts rolling, cars pulling in and out, normal afternoon energy. And right in the middle of it, ICE agents move in on a vehicle. They approach calmly. No chaos yet, no screaming, just direct commands.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you resisting arrest? Gina, what's your name? What's your name, Gina? I'm backing up.
The driver, later identified by bystanders as Juanito, doesn't seem to understand what's happening. There's confusion immediately. He struggles to put the car in park. The vehicle shifts slightly. An agent has to guide the situation step by step. That small detail alone tells you something's off, either nerves, a language barrier, or unfamiliarity with the process. Agents open the door and extract him from the vehicle. It's controlled, measured, procedural. They separate him from the truck and begin processing him beside the car. Hands positioned, questions short, instructions clear. This is standard federal enforcement in motion. At this point, there's no crowd surge, no shouting, no physical resistance. Just officers doing their job in a public retail lot while shoppers glance over, sensing something serious unfolding. For a moment, it's contained. But calm? It doesn't last. And this is where the energy shifts. Out of nowhere, a woman steps forward from the edge of the parking lot and inserts herself directly into the operation, not standing back, not filming quietly. She moves in close.
It's not impeding, it's observing. We're legally allowed to observe. We're legally allowed to observe. She's not impeding.
She says she's observing. Officers immediately respond that she's impeding. That word starts bouncing back and forth like a tennis match. Observing, impeding, observing, impeding. She insists it's her constitutional right. Agents warn her to step back. She keeps talking, keep edging closer, keeps challenging the legality of what's happening. The tone changes. You can feel it. What was procedural now feels crowded. Officers physically guide her backwards. She resists the movement, not violently, but not complying either. The distance between her and the agents shrinks again, and then it happens fast. She's taken to the ground, face first onto the cold pavement, standard compliance position, controlled, quick, direct. Suddenly, this isn't just about the man in custody anymore. It's about interference during an active federal enforcement action. And that line between watching and obstructing just got crossed. But wait, it doesn't stop there.
She is a U.S. citizen. I'm backing up.
She finally...
The moment she hits the pavement, voices explode from every direction. She's not resisting. She's a U.S. citizen. She's not impeding. Multiple people start shouting at once. It's not one protester anymore. It's a cluster forming, tightening around the agents. Someone demands badge numbers. Another question is whether ICE even has authority. Someone else throws out accusations of profiling. The agents repeat one command over and over: back up. It becomes a rhythm. Back up, back up, back up. But the crowd doesn't really back up. They shuffle, they talk, they argue, they inch forward again. From a distance, it might look like chaos. Up close, it feels like pressure. Bodies closing in, phones out, emotions high, volume rising. And here's the thing. When people crowd into an active law enforcement scene, even if they think they're helping, it raises the risk instantly. More voices, more movement, less space. And in a federal operation, shrinking space changes everything. Now it's not just enforcement, it's volatility. And here's where things get even more tangled. As the agents continue processing the detained man, several protesters turn their attention to him directly.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Hey, what's your name?
I know, I'm sorry. You just gotta be.
Why are you sorry?
I'm sorry that we're in this space.
Well, then move.
No, ma'am. Please
Why?
stop. You cannot go up anymore. You stay right there and film. You can film all you want. What's your name? Ma'am, come down. What's your name? Ma'am, come down, please. I don't want us to plead after. Please just step down. What's your name? What's your name?
They start asking questions. What's your name? Are you okay? Do you speak English? The problem? He doesn't appear to understand them, not a word. The questions just hang in the air. No response, no reaction, just confusion. That silence only fuels the frustration. Some bystanders assume he's being silenced. Others assume he's scared. A woman nearby shifts tone completely. Soft voice, almost apologetic, saying she's sorry he's in this situation. Right beside her, another protester goes the opposite direction, angry, loud, hostile toward the agents. Sympathy on one side, fury on the other. And in the middle of it all, a language barrier that no one seems prepared for. The lack of communication becomes its own accelerant. People start filling in blanks with assumptions. Assumptions turn into accusations. And just like that, misinformation spreads faster than facts. What began as a controlled detention now feels emotionally charged, not because of confirmed details, but because nobody fully understands what's being said or what isn't.
You guys know what you guys are doing here.
No, I do know what I'm doing.
Yeah, or profiling her.
No, she wasn't profiled.
Yes, she was.
She was not.
No, she wasn't.
What did she do wrong? You think your kids are gonna be proud of you guys?
Don't do that.
You think your kids are gonna be proud?
But then it shifts again. The crowd's frustration turns squarely toward the agents. Accusations of profiling start flying. Why her? Why him? What did she do? The agents respond evenly. They're conducting a lawful federal operation. That's it. That's the line. But the back and forth doesn't cool down. An officer warns someone directly. Obstruction can lead to arrest. The word arrest changes the temperature immediately. A protester pushes back, challenges the authority, and questions whether they even have grounds. Someone mentions permanent residency status, trying to argue legality in real time. The agents don't debate politics. They repeat instructions. Step back. Calm down. Don't interfere. The tension now isn't just emotional, it's procedural versus personal. One side argues rights and fairness. The other side is enforcing what they say is federal law. And every raised voice inches closer to consequences. Because in moments like this, verbal defiance doesn't just echo, it stacks up.
That's why you're scared to cover your face, because you're
You really need to calm yourself down. Go ahead and get out of here, guys.
fucking pussy.
You're a cocksucker, man. So,
Yeah?
fucking day.
Yeah? I'm the sucker. I'm the sucker. Fucking bitch. Fucking bitch. Yeah, and you're a black man too, bro. You should at least have some dignity in yourself. No, you don't. No, you don't.
The race.
And this is the point where it stops being about one detention and turns into something bigger. The insults start flying. Loud, personal, ugly. Protesters call the officers names, question their character, and mock their jobs. One man shouts about dignity. Another throws out accusations tied to race and identity, trying to frame the moment as betrayal instead of enforcement. The temperature isn't just rising, it's boiling over. What was once about whether someone was impeding now morphs into political theater. References to elections get dragged in. Comments about how America voted. Claims about what the public supports. Suddenly, this Target parking lot feels like a debate stage, but through all of it, the agents stay mostly composed. Short responses, controlled posture, no shouting match from their side. They don't take the bait. And that contrast is sharp. One side is emotional and explosive, the other is procedural and steady. The original arrest almost fades into the background as ideology takes over the spotlight. It's no longer just about immigration enforcement, it's about identity, politics, loyalty, and perception. And when a situation shifts from specific facts to sweeping commentary, resolution becomes harder, because now people aren't arguing details, they're arguing worldviews. But here's where words start turning into something more serious. Officers issue another warning, clear this time. Obstruction can lead to arrest. Physical proximity is becoming a problem. The crowd keeps inching forward, phones raised, shoulders tightening the circle, space is shrinking again. An agent repeats it firmly, back up, then again, back up. Over and over like a metronome cutting through the noise. One protester doesn't just talk, he steps closer, pushing the boundary. An officer tells him straight, you could end up in cuffs. That's not rhetoric. That's a line being drawn, because there's a difference between yelling from 10 feet away and closing the distance during an active operation. Agents reposition themselves, physically creating space, guiding people back. It's controlled, but it's direct. And this is the critical shift. Speech is protected, but physical interference isn't. Once bodies move into the operational zone, it's no longer a debate. It's obstruction territory. The repeated commands aren't random. They're documenting in real time. Clear orders, clear warnings. And in a federal enforcement scene, once those warnings are ignored, consequences aren't theoretical anymore. They're immediate.
To intimidate us.
Nazi first.
And just when it feels like it can't get any more intense, it snaps. In the middle of the shouting, one protester allegedly commits an offense right in front of an agent. No subtlety, no hesitation. It happens within arm's reach of federal law enforcement, and the response is instant. The agent moves. No more debating, no more warnings. The protester takes off running. What was a heated standoff turns into a full sprint across the parking lot. People scatter. The crowd's energy flips from loud defiance to chaotic movement. Phones swing wildly, trying to keep up. Shouts turn into startled reactions. Officers break formation and pursue. Controlled, focused, fast. The confrontation dissolves. The circle that once pressed inward now opens up as bystanders back away. The same voices that were challenging authority moments ago are suddenly yelling directions, reacting to the chase, and stepping aside. Within minutes, the scene shifts again. Agents move to clear the area. Commands are firmer now. The perimeter expands. The space that had collapsed tightens and regains order. And just like that, the tone resets. The message becomes clear without anyone having to say it. Interference ends fast when federal authority asserts control. When federal agents are conducting an active operation, emotions don't override enforcement. What began as shouting and observation quickly turned into detainment and pursuit. In moments like this, one wrong move doesn't just make a statement, it makes consequences immediate. Was it a protest, or was it an obstruction?